Hello, my loves. Today is August 8th, and what is the significance of that? It's the Lionsgate portal. It's Leo season, and Leo is what about what? Leo is about the sun. It's ruled by the sun. It's heart energy. It's being your authentic self, shining your light on for others. The child that you are, creativity, fun, loving, like I said, shining your light. It's the performer. And it says, hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Shining bright like the diamond that you are, like the star that you are. And so anyway, so today is a very powerful day. And like celestial portals are opening up. Cosmic energies are very strong right now. The number 88, August the 8th, is highly significant and powerful for drawing in spiritual higher consciousness, spiritual realities, heavenly realms, connecting with the heavenly beings that we're a part of all the time. And so I take this on myself so I could on me. But anyway, so the number 8, if you turn it sideways, it's the infinity symbol, the symbol of eternity, eternal life, eternal love, never ending. And so that's why, another reason why it's so powerful. Okay, so we're in the Leo season, and I say it's about your heart, about love and the heart. As I've said before, I want to put this to the side. Let me just back it up, and let me just say, certain things that I say, let me just gonna say it right now. Certain things I'm going to discuss, certain things that I might have said in previous videos, somewhere along the lines, okay? And even though I don't like to be redundant with certain things or repeat myself, sometimes I find that it is needing to be discussed again, because there's so many videos posted that it could be overlooked. And besides that point, I find that a lot of these things are intertwined and interrelated, and so that it needs to be shared and discussed again. And so another thing, just because I want to say, even though I try to say this in every video, that certain social media platforms, I just want to share this just because, in case people are new and don't know, that I might have to do it in numerous different posts, this video, because there's a lot I want to share, and I might have to do it in more than one video. Okay, it might be 2, 3, whatever. Okay, whatever it's gonna do, whatever I gotta do for certain social medias, as in Instagram, that limits me on 20-minute window. Now, with that being said, and I have notes everywhere, so excuse me if I'm looking for time to time, and that's going to happen because there's a lot of things I want to share, okay? And so, and let me just say this too before I forget. These right here are my Citrine gemstones. And this one I use more so than this one, to be real. This is my go-to one if I do. But let me just say, and the size doesn't necessarily matter. They don't have to have huge gemstones, okay? You can have, the impact is still significant, as they say. But anyway, so there's that. And, oh, something fell. Anyway, so working with this, the citrines, or yellow or gold crystals like citrine or amber, it's good to channel in the energies of abundance and the solar energy. Okay. And so I just wanted to share this. Let me just put that to the side for now. And so anyway, so today, 8/8, like I say, Lionsgate portal. It's an astrological phenomenon where you can manifest, a very powerful time to manifest your dreams. Connect with higher consciousness, like I said. And it enhances your intuition, and it also, yes, let me just say this particular time on 8/8, it's when the earth and the sun, on this date is when the earth and the sun and the bright star of Sirius is in alignment, and it's said to open up a cosmic gateway, flooding the earth with high frequency energies. And it's also good for like spiritual awakenings. A lot of spiritual awakenings might be happening because, like I say, it's drawing in the higher energies. And so it's heightening up spiritual awareness and for personal growth. It's a powerful window. This is a powerful window, a powerful portal. And the hold on, let me just take this. Like I say, forgive me. So the celestial gateways. The term celestial gateways are often used in esoteric and mystical traditions, and it refers to the certain specific alignments or energetic portals in the celestial realm. They're believed to have significant relevance. And it connects with the spiritual and earthly, between the spiritual and earthly dimensions for heightened experiences, energy and insight. And in astrology, and I'm reading this off of my notes, in astrology, certain alignments or configurations of the celestial bodies are considered the celestial gateways. It opens the channel. And there's even some belief systems that believe, and I believe it, that there's certain locations in the sky even that are connected, that acts as energetic portals and gateways, because we're not separated. We're not separated from nature. What's outside of us is also the same. That's what's inside of us. We are connected to everything and everyone. And so I want to say that. And so basically, these portals are thought to allow for the flow of cosmic energies that can influence consciousness, a meditation, and spiritual growth. And so these times that we're living in, these times that we're going through, it's preparing us for something greater, something bigger. It's trying to connect the spiritual and the physical material world and merge it together through the love in our hearts, the love between us. The only thing between us is the space. We're connected. And like I said, we breathe the same air. I said that before. So we are highly connected to one another. And so let's see what else. So let me put that aside. Okay, so the key timing dates for the active window for the Lionsgate, it said July the 28th is when it opened, around that time, and it usually closes around August 12th or so each year. And the peak date is today, today, the day that I'm filming this, which is Saturday, August the 8th, 8/8, okay? Matching numerology is strengthened, and it's a powerful significance to it. The 88, the 888, whatever you want to say. I seen it said 888 somewhere, but I don't know. 8888. I don't know where they got the 888 significance to it, but I seen it somewhere. But anyway, so I'm going to refer that. And let's see, what else? Mind me while I reflect. So the power of 8/8 in numerology. The number 8 signifies infinity, as I say. Infinity, eternal, it's constant, it's never ending, it's continuous. So balance, wealth, and it's the bridge between the material and the spiritual realms. And it's highly connected as in to Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the 8th house. It's ruled by Pluto. And I'm just saying this. I know we're in Leo season, but I'm just saying the number 8. Spiritual, or like I say, Scorpio and Pluto. And so it's occult, connected to the occult, secrets, power, underworld, hidden spiritual world, death, rebirth, being born, the healer, the phoenix rising from the ashes, being reborn. And so that's the tie-in I'm saying with what we're going through now, which ties in, let me just say. And let me just say, I can see that I for sure am going to have to do more than one video because I'm already at 14 minutes right now. So let me just say that right off the bat. And so this started, well, this was, I did this in a different post. Saturday, July the 18th, I did this where there was this rare, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, rare astrological cosmic event that happened for everybody, globally, everyone. And so a lot of people were talking about this. And this was a famous French astrologer had talked about, and his name was Barbeau, okay? And I think I pronounced that right. But anyway, it's this astrological event that we had going on at this time frame, which impacted a lot of the outer planets for all of us. Okay. And so this, he had said, was like, referred to like the basket, like a cradle. And my interpretation in the other video, like I said, was it could have been like a possible manger, as in what we were told and brought up, you know, the manger, unto us a child is born. And so you take this a step further, right? Like I said, this was what I had did before, talking about this event happening. Now, so unto us a child is born in the manger. Now, what I'm saying is, now this 8-8, which is connected with, like I said, the portal, where the earth and the sun and the star Sirius, which is the brightest star, okay? And let me just say, hold on, I wrote it down. And I'm going to continue with this, but let me just say that our ancestors, the Egyptians particularly, considered the star Sirius, the brightest star that's going through now, as the spiritual sun. They considered that the spiritual sun. And so with that in mind, so what I'm saying is about the thing I just showed you, the Barbeau's basket, that this thing, okay? So now I'm saying that maybe the Lion's Gate is like unto us a child is born, referring to the spiritual cosmic rebirth, being born anew, emerging the spiritual and the material worlds as one unified whole through the love in our hearts, as in unto us a child is born, the star Sirius, which is the brightest star. And so the significance of the spiritual, okay, hold on. Let me do this now. So, yeah. So our ancestors, they considered, as I'm saying, this Sirius, the brightest star, as a spiritual sun, whose rising signified renewal, abundance, rebirth, and high potential. And so now this 8-8 portal, it's where there's the thinning of the veils. It views many traditions as this time, as an alignment, as in an opening where the barrier between the physical and spiritual worlds softens, allowing high frequency light and wisdom to enter in for us. If we allow for it and tap into it, we got to be open to it, open to receiving it, so that we can create a more peaceful and loving world, for not only for us, but for all beings. We're being guided and asked and given an opportunity. We have to utilize these energies. And if we don't change, we're going to get more wake-up calls. We're being guided, like I said, through our universe to change our behaviors. And sorry if you hear rustling of these papers. because like I said, I got notes everywhere. So right now, there's a release and renewal. It acts as a symbolic checkpoint to drop our fears, to step out of the shadows and consciously design the next phase of our personal growth. And so the star Sirius, known in esoteric traditions as a spiritual sun, right, is believed to amplify our soul energy, our intuition, and higher ambitions alongside with the physical sun. And so, like I say, we have the external sun and the internal sun, the external moon, internal moon, and all the planets externally are also within us. Above, below, within, without, there is no separation. We're a part of all of it. The planets, the sun, the moon, they're all energetic energies. They're all our physical energies, our mental energies. This world is a collective consciousness. Okay? And so the Leo energy, we're in the Leo season, like I say. Leo energy is governed by the sun, and Leo represents courage. It represents the heart. It's the natural born leader and the performer and the child within us. And even though you don't know yourself to be a Leo, somewhere in your chart, you have all the signs. You have Leo somewhere in your chart. Somewhere in your birth chart. And our birth chart is a living chart. It changes every day with the things that we do, our decisions that we make. Everything has a birth chart. Okay? Everything. As they say. Even the country, as I'm saying. That's what I mean. Every single place, every single, okay? And so, like I say, we're connected. And so the Leo energy, like I say, heart, leadership, our authentic self-expression, heart-centered, how we can live in our heart-centered confidence and being creative. And this alignment encourages us to step out of hiding and own our own personal power. And let's see. So the common practices we can do during this time with the portal, the Lionsgate portal, we can do intention setting, where we can write down our goals, our dreams, and our lifestyle changes. And I mean, you can do this anytime, but now, like I say, it's more the energies, more spiritual portals are opening. That's what I'm saying, where you can tap in more and receive more messages. And also other practices you can do. You can do meditation and reflection, clearing out your old negative habits, and visualizing personal transformation. And like I said, too, working with the crystals, like I mentioned before, okay? Connecting to the solar energy. And let me just put this aside, like I said, because I got a lot going on I want to share. And, okay, so, what else? So eclipses. It's gonna, eclipse time, like I say, right now, Lionsgate portal, We got a new moon. Let me just say this. I don't know if I said it or not, because there's a lot I'm trying to share. New moon in Leo happening. And that's happening, hold on, the 12th. Where is that? Hold up. Sorry. Forgive me. Wednesday, August the 12th, is the new moon in Leo and a total solar eclipse on the same day. And that's another thing that's powerful that we got going on. We got a lot of stuff happening in the heavens. The heavens that are here now, not when we pass on, but here now every day. Okay? Not passed on when we go afterwards, like we're led to believe. A lot of the things that we're conditioned to believe through society, through whoever, misinformation that we're being told. Okay? So the eclipses bring change. And sometimes while change is necessary, sometimes us humans, we prefer to have routine and predictability, which yes, we do need, but we also need change. We need change to grow, to transform, to make things better. Sometimes we need change. And change sometimes is uncomfortable, to be real. It for sure is. But it's going to bring us maybe bring up feelings of, I'm sorry, let me back that up. It might bring up feelings and emotions that we maybe might not have ever imagined before that were there. Try to shift our perspective and to unstick events and situations maybe that we weren't happy with dealing with. Okay, it might shine a light on it. All right, things that we need to definitely change to feel better, individually and collectively. These are things that might be happening. And so I wanted to say that. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Oh, and let me share this too. So I did this before. I wanted to share this painting drawing that I did in reference to the solar eclipse and the new moon. Here we go. I thought I would share this. And okay, let me keep going. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, so something I had talked about before. Like I said, certain things I'm going to cover that I've already done said, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I had reference to Noah's Ark. I said the Noah's Ark, I feel that might be the actual boat, like our body, our vessel, the container, the ship, like kind of like spacesuit that holds our soul, our spirit. Okay? Solar as in SOLAR or SOULER. Solar, both contents or contexts, shall I say, contexts, okay, referring to the same. And so they say, the Noah's Ark, the 40 days, the 40 nights, whatever, closed up and all this other stuff. And so, and the Great Flood. So what I'm saying is, I think that it's in reference to our body, the vessel. And in ancient Egyptian mythology, shall I say, mythology, which is our ancestors, They highly believed in astrology and that we were not separated from the cosmos. The celestial events happening was highly connected with us personally, on a personal level. And so the Nile River was highly, the flood was highly significant back then. It was very important in our history. Very important for agriculture, and it fed humanity, okay? And it was also talked about the mirror of souls, that after death, 40 days, in reference to 40 days again, okay? As in the 40 days, 40 nights of the flood, Noah's Ark. I'm talking mirror of souls after death. The ancient Egyptian mythology, they believe that after death, 40 days to the underworld, which is here now all the time, let me just say. The underworld, the soul traveled the path that it took, okay? And so the celestial gates, the portals, it's where God and the energies of the angels, both dark and light forces, they're both there all the time. They're here all the time around us, even though we might not think so. And we're given tests to see if we pass. It's about morals, okay? And how we behave and the choices that we make every single day. We're going to either go to one side or we're going to go to the other side. What are we going to choose? We are each held accountable for our own actions. And if we do things we have the free will. If we do things a type of way, and it's not, approving, I guess is the word, then we constantly live these life lessons again until we learn it. And we also come in through past lives. Karmic decisions, karmic lessons is what I'm trying to say. Our soul goes through individually and on a collective level, and even through our ancestors. Whatever our ancestors have done, we are also each held accountable for. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? And so our ancient Egyptians and our ancestors, they knew this. They knew that through the morals were highly significant. And like I say, sorry for the rustling of the paper. So our heart, let's just say, was weighed through the scales, through the feather of Ma'at, the ostrich feather, and it weighs, let's see, hold on. So depending on how heavy the heart, how much the sins of the heart, how much it weighs, depended. It was weighed against the feather, okay? Depending on if you went on to the afterlife. And let's see. And so, the pharaohs, like I say, our ancient Egyptian mythology, our ancestors, The pharaohs were in charge of balancing the heavenly realms, the morality. They knew the importance that the heavens were needed. I'm sorry, that the heavens needed balance between the good and the evil and the dark forces that are here all the time and needed to be in constant balance to flow. And let me just say that all of us, every single person, has a good and a negative quality. Everything has duality and polarity, no matter who you are, no matter what you think. You cannot have one then the other. And even though me or you or whoever might think that you're just totally whatever, no. There's a constant of one and a constant of another around. You can't have the white without the dark. But it's knowing that there needs to be the balance. That's all. It has to be the balance between the two. Okay? And let me say, what else? Okay. So in philosophical and alchemical, spiritual, and esoteric philosophies and studies, there's up and down, hot and cold, male and female, sun and moon, yin and yang. This is what I mean about each positive and negative, light and dark, good and bad, good and evil, whatever you want to say. Heaven and earth, sun and moon, light and dark, as I say, fire, water, time and space. And these are just examples of the polarities all the time. So time and space, activity and rest. Okay? Expansion and contraction, above, below, right and left, exterior, interior. So these forces are here all the time. Within ourselves and all around us, the two forces have to exist and are always present. But we need to find the balance. And I see that I'm already going to have to do at least probably 3 videos, okay? Because I'm already going on almost 40 minutes. So let me just say that, because I'm still not done. And so, let's see. So in, let's just say, the Egyptian eye, the fish, the portal, okay, that we're shown, the fish, right, in spiritual practices. It's also connected to the spiritual portal, like I say, a celestial gateway, because the eye is a portal to the spiritual world. And we're talking third eye, the eye of God, the pineal gland. Okay? Everything that we do does not go undetected. Let's just say that. Okay, so I feel that we are, what am I trying to say? Visited daily. And not to sound scary or anything, not to have anyone feel a type of way, but to know that you're never alone. And this is in a positive way, because we are not separated from the heavenly realms. We are not separated from the heavenly forces and beings. That's what I mean. And when we go to sleep, we dream and we're given messages from the unseen realm, from the people that have passed on, from the spirits, from our ancestors, from our angels, from our guardians. And we're visited daily, and we're constantly being protected and nurtured and cared for, even though sometimes we feel like, and I'm just saying because I know I experience this as well, we feel that we're alone. And we're meant to feel that way. But in reality, we're not. This planet, the Earth, is an energy school. So that God, Creator, higher consciousness can live through us through experiences. And so our spirit, our soul comes back in this body, but we are more than just this body, because when we pass, this is just a portion of it until we go to the other life, the spiritual afterlife. But this world, this physical world, is where we can make a difference, connecting the spiritual to the physical. And okay, so I wanted to say that and let me say I got off on a tangent, but like I said, we're visited all the time. They're around. The unseen heavenly realm and beings monitor us. They watch us. They see what we're doing, what we're up to, and whether or not you need to learn your lessons again. How you behave, not only to yourself and how you talk to yourself, but how you treat and talk to other people, other beings, because we're not separated. We're connected through the physical and spiritual heart. Connected through love. Okay? And okay. All right, what else? Oh yeah. So talking about ancient Egyptian mythology and all that. Let me just go. I wanted to say this. Yeah. Okay. So the journey of the soul through the underworld, or the Duat, as is say. I don't know, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But it was a central theme in ancient Egyptian mythology, encapsulating the complexities and perils of the deceased that must navigate to reach the afterlife. The journey was not merely a passage, but a series of tests that reflect the moral and ethical beliefs of ancient Egyptian society, depicting the transformation and purification necessary to attain the eternal life. And so at the Duat, which was the underworld, okay, encountered, and we all go through it, but our ancestors believed that it was a series of gates, each guarded by a being, an angel, and both sides are present. Which direction and choice decisions that we choose. And the path is a conscious decision. Our hearts get weighed, as I said, to the ostrich feather of Maat. And if it was heavy, if there was a sin and burden, moral conduct, life and faith, society values of truth and harmony and justice was something that was significant. And so so I wanted to say that because I wanted to add that before and I couldn't find my note, but that was something I wanted to tie in with what I was talking about. Okay. And so let's just say, I know I'm filling this video up with a lot of information. This is probably the longest video that I've done. Let me just say, I'm already on 45 minutes. But like I said, this is a powerful time going on. 8/8 Lionsgate portal. New moon in Leo coming up and total solar eclipse. And so we are the intention. Okay? And I'm reading this off of something that I had wrote before, a note that I found. So the spiritual goal, there's none higher. Our descents that we go through are invitations from the Creator to ascend, from Creator God, to ascend and pull us to the next spiritual degree, the spiritual rope that's given us. We're connected to the spiritual umbilical cord that's within us, that connects all the worlds. And so we have to think of ourselves, or I'm sorry, let me just go back. We have to think of more than ourselves. We have to think of others, because we're not separated. We need to think of other people, of other beings. Okay? And we have to think, how can I rise up from my own egoistic self? And it's not to say, yes, I'm important and you're important. We're all important, but we need each other. We cannot do it alone. We are not separated from each other. Okay? And whatever I do and you do, it makes a significant difference. And it does change. It changes our birth charts. Like I say, they change every day. So whatever each of us do is a total reflection. It's connected. And so nature wants us to come together. And basically it's trying to show us a love for one another. Love, it's love for one another with one person, one being, spiritual being with one heart, and we're all connected to the love in our hearts. And so wisdom of nature is integrated, and we're supposed to try to enter it, not corrupt it, but complement it, okay? And yes, we are an eternal family. And we have to see the world as eternal and good. We have to be the change, okay? And so anyway, I think I've said enough. Let me just say, oh yeah. So love is the universal force. And I'm going to end with this. Okay? And I know I said I've been off on a tangent. I'm sorry. And some of the stuff, like I said, I've already covered. But I know I needed to reiterate certain things. So love is a universal force. Love is often described as a universal force that binds everything together. It goes beyond the boundaries of human emotions and extends into the spiritual dimensions. When you operate from a space of love, you resonate with the frequency of the divine that's in all of us. And it creates a harmonious connection with the spirits you keep. This connection becomes a conduit for higher wisdom, guidance, and healing energies to flow into your life. So the unconditional love and spirit keeping is a potent force that can transform your relationship. Let me repeat that. Unconditional love is a potent force that can transform your relationship with the spiritual world. Anyway, my loves, I'm sending you my love as always. Happy, happy new moon in Leo, total solar eclipse, and Lionsgate portal to you. Like I said before, shine your bright light like the star that you are. Shine bright like a diamond and open your heart. Open your heart and lead the way so that we can create a happier tomorrow. I'm sending you my love. I love you. Take care. Bye, my love.